So we're going to do a little bit of everything. You guys modify it as much as you need to. You take breaks whenever you need to. These classes are hard because they're hard. So you do whatever you need to do. If you need to go into child's pose, downward dog, fucking whatever you need to do, you do it. Quick modifications. Chaturanga, you're not here. So your shoulders are above or in line with your hips. You can definitely drop your knees. Anytime we come into chaturanga, you can also just hang out in plank. That's totally fine. Yeah, so if you're looking after your shoulders and you want to hold plank, you can also add a shoulder tap in here as well. But I don't want to see you diving your chest forward and then just kind of flopping down. I want you to keep that plank line and then come down from there. We want to protect our shoulders. That's probably the main one, and I'll talk you through everything else as we go. Okay, we are actually going to start at the top of our mats. So you'll come to the top of your mat, and you're just going to come into a forward fold. So get really, really bendy through the legs, really heavy through the upper body, and just let the weight of your body kind of fall into your legs. So feel your feet on the ground, feel your legs taking the whole weight of your body. Let your head go, let your jaw go. And then you can start to bring a sway side to side, shifting weight from one foot to the other, releasing through your lower back. And taking a couple of nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. So I encourage you to breathe however feels most natural for you in these classes. If you have Ujjayi Pranayama with breathing in and out through your nose with your mouth closed, then that's great. But if you need to breathe out through your mouth, then go ahead and do that. I just mostly want you to breathe. We'll take one more breath here. And then you're going to drop the arms towards the floor, bend generously in through the knees, and you're going to start to roll yourself nice and slowly all the way up to standing. On your next inhale, you're going to sweep the arms up to the sky, look up if it's comfortable. And then as you exhale, you're going to forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, hands to the shins, look forward, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, we're going to step back into our first plank. We're going to hold here. You can lower the knees if you need to. You're gently gripping at the mat with your finger pads, so you don't have to flatten through your palms. I want you to almost imagine that you're pulling the mat and then pushing the floor away. Gentle bend in through the elbows, engage through your legs. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. And gazes down to the floor. And then you're going to look forward, you're going to shift forward. We're coming to our first chaturanga. Lower your knees if you need to, and we're going to go all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes as you inhale, peel the chest up, baby cobra. And then as you exhale, roll it down. Inhale, peel up, baby cobra. And then as you exhale, roll it down. We'll do 3 more here. Last one. Tuck under your toes. Your knees can be up or down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press yourself back to a plank or a tabletop, and then shift the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. You can pedal out through the feet, start to stretch out through the hamstrings. And then you're going to keep this little pedal of your feet. You're slowly going to shift forward back into your plank. So now we're in a plank pose, and we're just kind of bending and straightening one knee at a time. So instead of thinking of tapping the floor with your knee, just think of that knee getting really loose and kind of just hanging. So you're not really moving through your hips. You're still stabilizing through the rest of your body. And we're going to keep that little pedal. We're going to take it back up into downward facing dog. And then you're going to look towards the top of your mat. Take little baby steps all the way up to the backs of your wrists. Inhale, come into a halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, come all the way to stand, look up to the sky. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, we'll step back into plank pose. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. From here, you can come back to cobra, you can come to up dog, or you could come to plank. As you exhale, option to come back to chaturanga. It's just an option. And then press the floor away, downward dog. So you can skip any of those chaturangas. Look to the top, step, walk, or float your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, come into your up dog, cobra, or plank. Option to come back to that chaturanga. We all meet in downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga. Take it through your vinyasa. We meet in downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. We'll do 2 more rounds. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga, your vinyasa. Always feel free to skip it if you need. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Last round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Take it through your vinyasa. From your downward dog, inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, draw your knee towards your nose, round your spine. Inhale, come back, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, shift forward, tap the right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, come back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, bring it back. We'll do 1 more of each. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. This time as you exhale, step the right foot all the way up in between your hands. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Your knee is above your ankle, so scoot your foot up if you need to. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Engage through your glutes, so you're not just dumping into your lower back. And then as you exhale, you're going to straighten out that front leg, send the hips back for a half split. Inhale, you're going to come back up into your lunge. Exhale, if your hands can't reach the floor, you can sweep them back behind you. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, send it back. We're going to do 2 more here. Last one. As you inhale, you'll come back into your low lunge. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, untuck the back toe, step back into your plank pose. Take your feet a little bit wider to make this easier, or drop your knees if you need to. You're going to take your right hand, tap it to your left shoulder. Try not to turn your right hip up to the sky. So draw your right hip down. Inhale, set it down. As you exhale, left hand, right shoulder. Draw that left hip down. That's it. Inhale, come back to plank. Exhale, right hand taps. Inhale to plank. Exhale, left hand taps. Inhale to plank. We're going to go 3 more on each side. Make sure your butt's not up in the air. Lower your knees if you need to. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Come into your plank. You can come straight to downward dog. Otherwise, you're going to lower through your chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Back to chaturanga if you want it. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale through center. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale it back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale it back. Exhale, step it all the way through. Scoot your foot up so that your ankle's underneath your knee. Untuck your back toes. You can double over your mat if you need to. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And then as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Remember, you can just sweep the arms back. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring it back. We'll do 3 more here. Last one. Inhale, come into your low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Lift the back knee, step back, plank pose. We're going to come into a side plank from here. So if you need to drop your bottom knee, you can. You're going to ground down through your left hand. You're going to swivel to the outside edge of your left foot. You can stagger your feet, or you can drop that left knee if you need to. Make sure your wrist is pretty much underneath your shoulder. Right hip on top of the left. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. You're going to come back through plank, and we're going to go straight to the other side. So now you're going to ground down through your right hand, stagger the feet if you need to, drop the knee if you need to, left hand comes to the sky, left hip on top of right. We're here for 4 more breaths. You're going to come back through plank, option to go straight to downward dog. Otherwise, if you want to take a vinyasa here, you can certainly add that in. And remember, when I tell you can skip them, you really can skip them. Look to the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. You're going to bend the knees, sweep the arms forward, come into chair pose. So take a peek down, make sure that your toes are on the ground. So your weight is in your heels, but I want you to put, weight bear through your whole foot. Does that make sense? So you're not, even though most of the weight is back, you're not lifting up your toes. You're going to still grip your toes down to the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. If your feet are apart, then your knees are apart. One more breath. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step, walk, or float, your vinyasa, or go straight to downward facing dog. As you inhale, you'll sweep the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. Keep the back knee lifted. As you inhale, we're going to come all the way up to crescent lunge. Think of drawing your right hip crease back slightly. Ground down through your right foot, and then go tall out of your rib cage. If up here bothers your shoulders, bring your hands down here. I like this variation. I am an L. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Front foot will stay where it is. You're going to hop your back foot open, come into warrior 2. So yep, turn your right foot is forward. Yep, so keep your right foot facing forward and then open. Yeah, that's it. So if you need to make this, if your hips are super tight, hop your left foot a little bit towards the long end of your mat, like towards Sadie. Yeah, you're surfing. There you go. Keep that right knee facing directly in the same direction as the toes, and then think of rotating your rib cage towards the back of the room without bringing your hips with you, and then tuck your butt under a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Now grow tall. We take 1 more breath here. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Get long through your side body. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Take it through a vinyasa or go straight to downward dog. If you want to add some extra spice, you can keep that back leg floating. On your next inhale, you'll sweep your left leg up to the sky. And then as you exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, come all the way up to your crescent lunge. Same as the other side. Draw that left hip back. Tail towards the floor. Lengthen out of the rib cage. No L this time. Take 1 more breath here. You bring your hands through heart center, open up that back foot so it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. Come into warrior 2. Nice deep bend in through that front knee, but make sure it doesn't collapse in. So when you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. It's a hard life. I don't mean to brag. You're going to flip that front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, you'll cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Option to keep that left leg floating if you're going through a vinyasa. Option to go straight to downward dog if you want it. Look towards the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. We're going to put that to the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Your vinyasa, feel free to skip it. Inhale, that right leg comes to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, open up to the left side of the mat, warrior two. Flip the right palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Inhale into your plank. Exhale, chaturanga vinyasa if you're taking it, otherwise straight to downward dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Left leg floats if you want it when you're coming through your vinyasa. We all meet in downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do it twice more. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Right leg to the sky as you inhale. Step it through as you exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Front palm flips, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Inhale into your plank. Vinyasa if you want it, straight to down dog if you don't. Left leg up as you inhale. Step it through as you exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse, inhale. Hands down, exhale. Vinyasa if you want it, downward dog if you don't. Look to the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. One more round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Right leg up, inhale. Step through, exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Right palm comes over your head, inhale. Hands to the floor, exhale. Step back, inhale, plank. Vinyasa if you want it, downward dog if you don't. Left leg up, inhale. Step it through, exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Left palm flips, inhale, sweep it overhead, other way, there you go. Exhale, bring it down to the floor. Inhale into your plank. Vinyasa if you want it, downward dog if you don't. Take one deep inhale through the nose and one big exhale through the mouth. We're coming back into plank pose. This is my favorite pose, I warn you now. Okay, so we moved the arms before, now we're going to move the legs. It's the same principle, so I don't want to see your pelvis on a roller coaster. If you need to drop your knees and move from here, then that's totally fine. Otherwise, you're going to inhale. As you exhale, your right leg is going to float just to the height of your hip. Don't dump into your lower back. And then as you inhale, gently set it down. Exhale, left leg will float. Inhale, gently set it down. Exhale the right. Inhale, set it down. Shift forward a bit, Amanda. Exhale the left. There you go. Inhale, set it down. We're going to do 3 more on each side, nice and slow, your own pace. Remember to keep breathing. Option to come straight to downward dog. Otherwise, if you're sadistic like me, you're going to come down into chaturanga, come back into plank, and then we're going to go all the way to downward facing dog. I told you it was hard. You're going to inhale, sweep that right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. As you inhale, you're going to come all the way up into your crescent lunge. So make sure that you're wide enough with your feet that you're not really wobbly. If hands up here is too much, bring your hands here or bring your hands here. You're going to inhale, dip the back knee. See if you can tap it to the floor. And then as you exhale, straighten just the back knee so the front knee stays bent. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, straighten it up. We're going to do 8 more of these. Take a peek down. Make sure that your front knee is going in the same direction as your toes. We've got 6 more. One more. You're going to inhale here. As you exhale, we're coming back into that warrior 2. So now we face this long end of our mat. Inhale, you're going to reverse your warrior, right arm to the sky. As you exhale, side angle pose. I'm going to turn to you guys so you can hear me. Your right forearm can come to your right thigh. Your right hand could come down to the inside or the outside of your foot. It just depends on your flexibility, but I want you to lengthen through both sides of your waist. So if your hand's on the floor, but you're collapsing down, you're better off to be here. And like Sadie's doing, if you'd like to take a bind, that left hand can come behind the back and the right hand can come under.
That's Tim. Done.
Yeah, come on, Tim. So Tim, I want you to come up with your right hand, your right forearm on your thigh. Yeah, that's it. So then you can, because yeah, now you can open up a lot better. No, no, no. Keep your right hand here. Yeah, there, because I want you to open up in through here. Right leg is still bent. It should be on fire. You're going to take one more breath. Keep that right leg bent. You're going to sweep the right arm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, you're going to cartwheel the hands down to the floor. We're coming into side plank. So ground down through that left palm. Your right foot is just going to step back to meet your left. Once again, your left knee can be down here. We're going to move the right leg. So take an inhale. As you exhale, the right leg's going to float to the sky. And then inhale, you're going to slowly set it down. Exhale, right leg floats, doesn't have to be big. Inhale, set it down. Remember that left knee can come to the floor. There's no shame in that. Exhale, right leg.
Oh, she's down.
Inhale, down. Amanda's got it going on. She knows what's up.
That knee is down.
It's still just as hard. We're going to do one more here. And then we're going to come back into plank. If you want a vinyasa, take it. If you don't, go straight to downward dog. On your next inhale, you'll sweep your left leg up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you'll step it through. Inhale, come up into your lunge position. Remember, hand positions can be wherever is good for your shoulder. We're going to dip the back knee on an inhale. And then exhale, we're going to straighten it. Inhale, dip. Exhale, straighten. So remember to keep pressing down through your big toe on that front leg. It's going to help your balance. We've got 7 more. One more. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, open up to the side of your mat. Warrior 2. Inhale, front arm, left arm, Tim. Other way. Yep, there you go. And then as you exhale, you'll come into your side angle. So Tim, yep, you're going to be there. And if you want to bring that arm down, you can. If you want to come into a bind on this side, the right arm will go behind your back, and the left arm will come under. Keep opening the right side of your chest up towards the sky. Keep lengthening the left side of your waist. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. we're coming into a reverse warrior. So left hand comes up and over, inhale, front hand. There we go. And then as you exhale, that right hand's going to come to the floor. So we're going to come to side plank, ground down through your right hand, left foot steps back to meet the right. You know what's coming, so drop your knee preemptively if you know you want to. Take an inhale here.
So sweaty.
As you,
My knees are so
sliding, as you exhale, the left leg lifts. Inhale, slow, set it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, slow, set it down. We've got 4 more. To give you guys credit, doing this in this humidity is like a whole nother level. It's like a Bikram class, but
yeah.
less creepy.
He was a creep, huh?
He was a creep. None of us are in our underwear. You're going to come back through plank. If you want a vinyasa, take it. If you don't, downward facing dog. Like a little dance around my mat. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. We're coming back into chair pose. Inhale. Okay, I'm going to face you guys so you can see me. Take your hands to your hips. So if your feet are apart, your knees are in the same line as your toes. So I don't want you to see you doing this. You're going to keep your knees where they are. You're going to take your right foot. You're just going to lift it off the floor into a single leg chair, but keep bending into that left knee. If that's a lot, you're up on the right tippy toes. So what your tendency is going to want to be, and I know you're still standing on one leg, is you're going to want to shift forward. Shift your hips back and get low. Feel your glutes working. None of this. This is where I want you to be. I want your knee facing forward. So that standing leg, I don't want it to collapse in. I want it to be in line with your second and third toes. You take one more breath here. Your left glute should be on fire. And then you're going to set it down. Stay in your chair. You're going to shift your weight to the right foot. You're going to take that left leg off. So your hands on your pelvis is going to give you more feedback because you'll be able to tell if you're rotating from one side to the other or if you're hiking one side to the other. So if you can send both hips towards the back of your mat evenly without collapsing your chest. So there's a lot of work. You're here for 2 more breaths. We're going to come back into that chair. Take a break if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to reach your arms forward and we're going to turn this into a march. So as you exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, right. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left. Inhale, set it down. You've got 3 more on each side. Looks really good. One more each side. Inhale, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, straighten those legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga, or go straight to downward dog. As you inhale, you're going to sweep that right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, tap the right knee to the right elbow and hold it there. You can drop your left knee if you need to. As you inhale, the knee is going to travel to your right wrist. And then as you exhale, bring it back up to the elbow. Inhale to the wrist.
Taz, what are you doing?
Exhale to the elbow. I gave you my YouTube channel. I warned you.
Yeah.
I did my due diligence. You're going to do one more. We're coming back to 3-legged dog. Inhale, sweep that right leg to the sky. And then as you exhale, step it all the way through. We're coming back up into our lunge. Inhale. And then as you exhale, open up. Warrior 2. Inhale, you're going to reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into that side angle pose, right forearm to the thigh. Inhale, you're going to reverse your triangle, straighten the front leg. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach that right arm forward. Front leg stays straight, come down into your triangle pose. So same thing with triangle. I want you to lengthen through both sides of your waist. Don't just collapse down. And take a little bend in through that front knee. If you want to make this harder, which I'm sure that you all don't, you can reach your left arm forward and then your right arm forward like you're holding a giant beach ball. This will load a lot.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it loads a lot into your obliques. Don't we love yoga?
Tim, did you try it?
It all hurts.
We're going to take one more breath. You're going to come back into warrior two, bend that front knee, reverse your warrior, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the left hand down. We're coming back into side plank. This time you're going to stagger your feet. So step your right foot a little bit behind your left. This is going to be a little bit difficult if you're coming onto your knee, but you could set your right knee down and have your left leg out in front of you kind of on an angle, because we're going to do bottom leg lifts. You could also just lie yourself all the way down and just take a little cheeky nap and do that. Otherwise, we're up in a full side plank. The left leg is in front of the right. We're going to exhale, float that left leg up, and then inhale, tap it down. Exhale, float it up. This is inner thigh. Inhale, tap it down. Amanda, you make this look so pretty. We're gonna do one more. Like I said, she's smart. She knows where it's at. We're gonna come back into our plank. If you want a vinyasa, take it. If you want a downward dog, I will meet you there. Take a nice deep breath through the nose. Inhale. And a big open mouth exhale. Whatever happened on that side, let it go. Inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, left knee comes to the left elbow. Remember, you can drop the right knee here if you need to. Inhale, left knee to the wrist. Exhale to the elbow. Inhale, slide it down to the wrist. Exhale to the elbow. We're going to do 3 more here. Three-legged dog.
Sound like speaking in
Inhale, 3-legged dog, that left leg up to the sky. And then as you exhale, step forward. I mean, I could start speaking in Sanskrit. That would really blow your mind. Inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, open up a warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, left forearm comes to the thigh. Side angle pose. Right arm sweeps forward. Inhale, reverse your triangle, straighten the front leg, sweep that left arm to the sky. And then as you exhale, reach that left arm really far forward and then bring it down into your triangle pose. Same options as before. You can definitely hang out here. If you want to jazz up, then you can reach both arms forward. Yes, Sadie, nice. We're here for 2 more breaths. Coming back into our warrior two, bend that front knee, flip your front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, that right hand is coming down to the sky, to the floor, rather. Remember, you can come all the way down to lie on your right side. Otherwise, that right foot is going to stagger in front of the left. Keep your hips up. Take an inhale. If you're in a side plank, keep your hips up. As you exhale, the right leg floats. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, right leg floats. Inhale, tap it down. That's it. We've got 4 more here.
You should be recording this. Look at your backdrop.
I know. I mean, I'm recording the audio.
Are you?
Yeah. I'll put it on my YouTube
So I can
channel.
keep swearing?
Yeah, absolutely. I swear in all my videos. You're going to come through your plank pose. If you want a vinyasa, take it. Otherwise, we're going to go straight back to downward facing dog.
those vinyasas are real hard on my shoulder.
Yes, yes. That's why you can absolutely skip them. It's a lot of shoulder. You're going to take a nice deep breath through the nose and a nice deep exhale through the mouth. Look towards the top of your mat. You're going to step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Good news, you're more than halfway through. Just as you inhale, you're going to come into chair pose. As you exhale, you're going to drop your hands in line with the shoulders. We're coming back to some balance work. So take an inhale. As you exhale, the right knee is going to come to the chest. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, nothing else changes. You're just going to send that right foot behind you. So keep the knee bent, engage your glutes like you're doing a little donkey kick. And then you'll inhale, bring it back into the chest. Keep bent through your left knee. Exhale, send the right leg behind you. Inhale, bring it into the chest. Good news, we're going to do 8 more of these. I apologize for sore muscles tomorrow.
You guys run all the time. You're really good.
This is a different kind of shape.
Different thing.
Yeah. Yes, and just remember, it's like I do this every day, so don't use me as an example. Don't judge yourself. We're going to come back into chair pose. Take an inhale. As you exhale, that left knee is going to come up into the chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, the left leg comes behind you. Keep the knee bent. Inhale, draw it into the chest. As you exhale, take it back behind you. Inhale, bring it into the chest. We're going to do 8 more here. Come back to your breath. Remember, this is about you. It's not about me. It's not about whoever's on the mat next to you. It's not about where you were or where you're going. It's just about right here and right now. I've lost count, but we're going to do 3 more. Oh, we're at 5? Good. I was right then. We're going to do 3 more. Last one. Inhale, come into your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, we're going to come back into a plank pose. Fun times. We're coming down onto our forearms. So right forearm down, left forearm down. Now we're in a forearm plank. You can still have your knees down here in the forearm plank if you need to. Your shoulders are now above your elbows. We're staying down in the plank, Amanda. You're making your life way too hard. We will go there, just not yet.
I'm sure we will.
So we're just going to hold this. You're going to keep lifting your hips just a little bit. So not so much that they're up in the sky, but you're not dropping down. Engage through your thighs. Take 3 more breaths here. When it gets hard, breathe out through your mouth.
Then you can finally get rid of your dad bod.
He doesn't have a dad bod.
I have to give him trouble because I've known him all my life. So.
Okay, you're going to lower your knees first, then lower your thighs. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So this is an active pose. We're not just hanging out here. Draw your elbows back towards your rib cage. Press your pubic bone gently into the floor, and then think of drawing your sternum through the gateway of your arms. If this is really difficult, walk your elbows forward a little bit, but you should feel this kind of in your upper back region. This is like a really good postural exercise. Also a good place to catch your breath. We're going to take 2 more breaths here.
My towel is very, very musty, and I'm still wiping it all over my face. Because
if it makes you feel better, every time I use Vital, I nearly die because the Lavenderia uses so much detergent, and I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. You're going to keep your upper body as it is. Tuck under your toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lift those hips. We're coming back into our forearm plank. You're going to angle your left forearm in as much as you need to make your shoulder feel stable. And we're going to come into a baby side plank. So you can definitely still drop your bottom knee here. Amanda, if this bothers your shoulder on whichever side it is, then don't do it. Okay. So we're going to dip our hip towards the floor. So as you inhale, you're going to dip that left hip. And then exhale, pick it up. And you can also stagger your feet. Inhale, dip. Exhale, pick it up. We're going to do 8 more. Make sure that your right hip stays on top of your left. So it's like you've got headlights and they're shining straight towards the long end of your mat. We've got 5 more.
this is why we
As long as it's not margaritas. I've heard that those things are killers.
yeah, there's so much sugar in them.
You're going to come back through your forearm plank and we're going to go straight to the other side. So angle your right forearm in, stagger your feet, drop your bottom knee if you need to, set up your alignment. And if it bothers, keep your hip down. If you keep your knee down, can you do it with your knee down?
Like that?
Is that okay?
That's much better.
That's
On my
okay?
shoulder.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're going to come into our hip dip. So as you inhale, dip, exhale, pick it up. Inhale, dip, exhale, pick it up. We're going to do 8 more. Last one. We're going to come back through our forearm plank. This is where Amanda gets to do the thing that she wanted to do before. So you can keep your knees down if you want to. You're trying to keep your hips stable. You're going to plant your right palm and then your left palm and come up to plank. And then you're going to come down onto your right forearm, left forearm. Then we're going to go left palm, right palm, left forearm, right forearm. Right palm, right forearm, left forearm, left palm, right forearm, right forearm. We're going to do 4 more in total, so 2 more with each side leading. Keep breathing. And I think that this will be our last one. We'll end up in plank. Vinyasa if you want it, straight to down dog if you don't. Take a nice deep breath through the nose. Nice deep breath out through the mouth. Inhale, sweep the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. As you inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. Okay, so we're going to come into a little bit of balance here. So as we exhale, we're going to ground down into the right foot. We're going to come all the way to standing on the right leg, bring the left knee into the chest. Arms can go wherever you want. I like to sweep them back, but you don't have to. As you inhale, we're going to come back into that lunge. And then as you exhale, you're going to drive down through that foot, come all the way to stand. So this is much easier if you drive down through your whole right foot. So keep your toes down. Think of pressing weight into your right big toe. We're going to do 4 more of these. Inhaling into our lunge and then exhaling, coming to stand. On this last one, we're going to stay standing on our right leg. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, the left leg is going to come behind you. You're going to bring your torso forward into a warrior 3. Take your hands to your hips, draw your left hip down slightly and your right hip crease back slightly. So your left toes should face towards the floor. Gentle bend in your right knee. If you want to make this harder, you'll sweep your arms up and overhead. Warrior 3. We're just going to hold here for 3 more breaths. You're going to step your left leg to the back of the mat. Inhale, come back up into your lunge. And then as you exhale, you're going to open up into your warrior 2. Flip your front palm. Inhale, come into your reverse warrior. As you exhale, we're coming back into side angle pose. So I'm going to give you a few options here. If the bind is not good on your shoulders, then you're just going to not bind, but you're just going to follow the rest of what I say. So if you can take a half bind, your left arm is going to come behind your back. If not, you're just going to take your left hand to your hip. If you can take the full bind, the right arm will come underneath the right leg. If not, then you're just going to rest your right arm on the inside of your leg. Everybody is going to hop their left foot forward to meet their right. So now we're standing bound or not bound at the top of the mat. You're going to shift weight into your left foot, So your right heel lifts, and then we're going to press into the left foot and come all the way to standing. So if you're bound, you're in bird of paradise. You can extend your right leg. If you're not bound, your left hand's behind your back. Your right hand can either hold your inner thigh or up into your knee or around your ankle. Wherever you are, you're going to stand up nice and tall for 2 more breaths. Oh, I'm going to fall. Should have just stayed. Take 1 more breath. And then we're going to reverse it. So you'll set your right foot down. You'll hop your left leg back with or without the bind. If you've got the bind, you're going to release it. We're all coming back into warrior 2. So come up into your warrior 2. The right foot toes are facing the front of the mat. Flip your front palm. Inhale to reverse. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Vinyasa or not, we'll meet in downward facing dog. As you inhale, you're going to sweep your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through your hands. Inhale, come up into your lunge. We're coming into that balance. So as you exhale, press down through your left foot, come all the way to stand, draw the right knee into the chest. And then inhale, slow control, step it back. As you exhale, come all the way up. As you inhale, step back into a crescent. Try to keep that back heel lifted. We're going to do 6 more here. Last one. You'll stay standing on your left leg. That right leg will come behind you. Bring your hands to your hips as you tilt your torso forward. Draw the left hip back slightly. Right toes face towards the floor. If you want to make this harder, you'll sweep those arms out in front of you. Wherever you are, we're going to hold here for 4 more breaths. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Inhale, come back up into your lunge. And then as you exhale, open up into your warrior 2. Left toes face forward. Left toes face forward. There we go. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm, other way. And then it's always that side. And then as you exhale, we're coming into side angle. So remember your options. You could not bind, otherwise your right hand will come behind your back. You could stay there. Left arm could come underneath, or it could just rest by your left foot. Everybody will step their right foot up to meet their left. Then you'll shift weight into your right foot, ground down through your right foot, and then come all the way to standing on the right leg. Remember, if you don't have the bind, that's not important. I want you to stand nice and tall through your spine. Bird of paradise. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. You'll slowly, not as quickly as me, deliver your left foot back to the floor. You'll step your right foot to the back of the mat. Release any binds you have with your arms. You're going to take your left arm all the way to the sky. Inhale. You somehow ended up on the other side. And then as you exhale, we're going to come down to the floor with or without a vinyasa. We'll take it to downward dog. So it's like playing Twister without the colors. You're going to look to the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back into your chair pose. You're on the home stretch, guys. You've got 15 minutes. As you exhale, you're going to sweep your arms back, raise onto your tippy toes, ground down through your big toes. So none of this business. Keep your big toes down. Inhale, drop your heels. Exhale, sweep the arms back, raise onto your toes. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, come to balance. We're going to do 3 more like this. Okay, we're going to stay on our tippy toes. So you can drop your heels anytime you need to. Hands can be wherever is best for your balance. You're going to shift your weight into your left foot. I'm going to be opposite to you guys. And then you're going to see if you can lift your right foot off. See if you can stay on your toes. If you can't, it doesn't matter. You'll just come back into what we did before. And then you'll set the right toes down. Keep in that chair pose, so keep nice and bent through the legs. Shift weight into the ball of your right foot. See if you can keep the heel lifted. Nice, Amanda. And then take that left foot off any amount. This is hard because it's hard. It's not because you're bad at it. It's hard because it's really fucking hard.
I was like, why is it so hard?
Because it's hard.
Oh, okay.
Because no, we never do this in our day-to-day life. Come back into your balanced chair. We're going to do 1 more on each side. So ground down through the ball of your left foot. Draw the right knee into the chest. And then set it down. Last side. Draw the left knee into the chest. See if you can keep that right heel lifted. Hardest thing you have to do today. And then set it down. Drop your heels. Inhale. Come into your chair. Sink low. And then exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, we're going to step back into our plank pose. Okie dokie. From here, you can absolutely lower your knees for this one. We're going to lift 1 arm and 1 leg. So first option would be to bring your right hand to your left shoulder, and you could absolutely stay here. If you want to add on to that, you'll see if you can float your left toes. So try not to turn your hips up. Your hips face towards the floor. If you want to, opposite arm and opposite leg. Yep. There you go. Then if you want to make it harder still, you'll reach those fingertips towards me. Nice. We're going to hold here for 3, for 2, for 1. Come back through center, and you'll switch it out. So now the opposite fingertips will tap the opposite shoulder. So my left fingertips are on my right shoulder. My right leg is floating. You can stay here. Otherwise, fingertips reach towards me. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Yep, there you go. Reach towards me for 3, for 2, For one, bring it down into your plank. Vinyasa if you want it, skip it if you don't. Nice deep breath through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Look towards the top of the mat. No, don't do that. Inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, step all the way through. Inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, we're going to raise the front toe. The front heel. So we're going to do similar to what we did before, except now the front heel is lifted. So it's going to be way harder. You're going to see if you can come all the way to standing on that right ball of the foot. So it might look like a bunch of little hops all the way up there, and it might look like your left toes on the floor as well. You could also just keep your right heel down. It's just a challenge. You don't have to do it. We're going to take 4 of them, or 4 more of them, so that'll make 5 on each side. So this will be number 2. Inhale will take you back, and then exhale will bring you forward. And wobbling is fine. You don't have to be like a pillar. Say that again. Yes. Yeah, you want to do it slowly. This will be our last one. Inhale, come back into that crescent. As you exhale, open up. Last time into our warrior 2. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come down into your side angle pose. You're going to inhale, both hands to the sky, turn to face the long end of your mat in a star. So your toes face the corners of your mat. And then as you exhale, you'll come down into a squat. So knees wide, butt back. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, come down into your goddess squat. We've got 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squat. Last 2. Last one. Inhale, come into your star. Turn your toes towards the long end of your mat, and then as you exhale, fold forward, Prasarita. You're going to hang out here for just 2 breaths. And then you're going to turn your toes out. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. You're going to turn those right toes out again. Come back into your warrior 2 to the top of your mat. Right palm flips. Inhale, sweep it to the sky. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Come through your vinyasa or skip it. Last standing poses. Inhale, sweep the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, come up into your lunge. As you exhale, raise the front heel. Remember, you can keep the heel down. This is just a challenge. Take an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can come to stand on the ball of the left foot. Woo. And then inhale, you'll bring it back. Exhale, come to stand. And then inhale, you'll bring it back. We do 4 more on this side. And don't worry if you're not with my pace. You take it at your own pace. Last one. Come back into your lunge. Inhale. Open up to the side of your mat. Warrior 2. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Flip the left hand. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come into that side angle pose. As you inhale, you'll face the side of your mat, the long end of your mat. Turn your toes out. As you exhale, we're going to come back into that squat. This time, lift your heels. Keep your heels lifted if you can. Inhale, come all the way up into your star. Exhale, come down into your squat. We do 3 more here. Last one. Inhale, come into your star. This time we're coming straight back to warrior 2. So turn those left toes forward. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse. And then as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down with or without a vinyasa and make your way to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and take a nice deep breath out. You've got 1 final push and you are done. Shift forward into your plank pose and then come down onto your forearms. So we're in a forearm plank. As always, knees can definitely be down here. We're going to take little rainbow planks. So you'll inhale, swivel your heels to the right. See if you can tap your right hip to the floor, but keep your left forearm down. And then exhale, come back through center. Inhale, swivel the heels left, tap the left hip, but keep your forearms down, both forearms down. Exhale through center. Both forearms are down. Correct. Inhale, tap the hip. Exhale to center. Inhale, tap. Exhale to center. You've got 8 more to each side. Yes, you can. We can do hard things. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 3 more each side. Yes, you can. Tequila is waiting for you. 1 more on each side. Hold in your plank. Lower all the way down into your Sphinx pose. Take a couple of breaths here. And then you're going to lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. So Amanda, if reaching your arms forward does not feel good for your shoulder, you're just going to reach your arms back behind you, okay? Otherwise, your palms are going to be forward. Your arms are going to be forward. Your palms are going to be facing down. To start, you're going to keep your forehead down on the mat. So I'm going to lift my head so that you can hear me, but you're going to keep your forehead down. So everybody put your forehead on the mat. Listen to what I'm saying. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift your right hand and your left leg. So opposite arm and opposite leg. That's it. Keep your pelvis even. So keep your hip bones even on the floor. And then inhale, set them down. Keep your palm facing towards the floor. As you exhale, lift your left arm and your right leg. Keep your pelvis even. Keep your palm facing down. And then inhale, set it down. Exhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale, set it down. Keep your pelvis from wobbling. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale, set it down. So you're going to keep alternating nice and slow, just like this. I don't care how high you lift. I want you to feel this movement coming from the back of your shoulder and from your glutes. So you're going to feel your lower back working a little bit here, but I want you to think of lengthening your lower back and then reaching your toes and your hands away from each other. They do not have to come high. I want you to keep your pelvis on the floor. This should be hard. You're going to do 2 more on each side, or 3 if you need to make yourself even. And then once you're even, you just let everything fall to the floor. Take a nice deep breath. This time you are going to lift your head. So we're going to be in the same position. You're going to take an inhale. This time as you exhale, you're going to lift everything up. So draw your lower belly away from the floor. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Reach length from your fingertips to your toes. And then you're going to kick your feet. There's a shark chasing you when you're paddling out of the ocean. Great white nibbling at your toes. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 1. Child's pose. Send those hips all the way up and back. Stretch it out. Hard work is done. Nice work. So take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Breathe length into your lower back. You're going to lift your head. You're going to walk your hands over to the right side and then see if you can reach your left fingertips forward a little bit more. Draw your left hip towards the back of the mat. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulders, you just stay in center. So see if you can sink your hips back towards your heels for me, Tim. Yeah, that's it. So you should feel a nice big stretch through the left side of your body here. And then you'll come through center. You'll walk all the way to the other side. So walk your hands to the left. Reach your right fingertips forward and then see if you can pull your hips to the back right hand corner of your mat. And then come through center. You're going to keep your right hand forward. Take your left hand, throw it underneath your right arm. Your hips can either be low to your heels, or you can bring your hips really high and come into it more like this. It really just depends on what feels the best in your body. And then you're going to come back through center. We'll take it to the other side. So reach your left hand forward. Your right arm will thread under. Hips can be low or high. And then you'll come back to center. You're going to walk yourself all the way up. You're just going to cross over your ankles and sit down onto your butt. You're going to extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, fold forward just as much as you can. So you can have a really big bend in through your knees. I want you to think of lengthening through your spine. Relax through your shoulders, relax through your jaw, even if that means holding onto the back of your knees instead of your toes. And then you're slowly going to walk yourself up. You're going to sit crisscross applesauce, so whichever leg is most natural in front. You're going to take your left hand to the floor. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. And then as you exhale, you're just going to crawl your left fingertips as far as you can to the left. See if you can ground down through the opposite hip and reach your fingertips towards the side of the wall. And then open your chest up a little bit towards the sky. You should feel a nice big stretch through your side body. And then you'll slowly bring it in. You're just going to change the cross of your legs, so the unnatural leg in front. Take your right fingertips to the floor. Inhale, sweep your left hand up, and then you'll walk yourself all the way out, and then open that top rib cage towards the sky. Then you'll bring yourself back through center. Scoot yourself towards the top of your mat. And then you're slowly going to roll yourself all the way down onto your back. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee like a figure four. You'll reach through the gap in your arms, the gap in your legs, and then you'll grab around your left shin and then draw those legs towards you. Think of actively pressing your right knee away from you, but keep the back of your pelvis on the floor. And then we're going to switch it out. You'll take the left ankle and you'll cross it across the right knee, reach through the gap, see if you can grab around your right shin. Actively draw the left knee away from your shoulder, but keep your lower back on the floor. And then you'll release that, draw your knees in towards center, bring your arms out into a capital T, and then you're just going to let your legs fall over towards the left, draw your right shoulder down towards the floor. If there's another spinal twist that you like here, feel free to take it if you like to take any fancy binds with your legs or anything. Did you create your own ecosystem? And then you'll bring it back through center and you'll take it to the other side. There you go, Amanda. You can see if you worked harder on one side than the other. You're going to come through center, draw your knees in towards the chest. You can hang out here. Otherwise, you can reach for the outside edges of your feet or around the ankles and come into happy baby pose. Keeping your lower back really wide on the floor. Think of pulling your knees down towards the outsides of your armpits, maybe taking a rock from side to side. Checking in with your body here if there's any other movements that you feel like you need or want before we come into Shavasana. Please feel free to find them. Otherwise, if you're ready for it, you'll slowly draw your knees in towards your chest, curl yourself up into a tiny little ball. Take a nice deep inhale. And then when you're ready, big exhale, take up space on your mat and relax. So find a position that is comfortable for you. That could be knees bent. I encourage you to let your palms fall up towards the sky. Close down through your eyes. And just take a couple of minutes here in silence to relax. When you're ready, you'll slowly start to bring some movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, giving yourself a big full body stretch. And when you're ready, you'll slowly roll to one side and make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time, no hurry. Keeping your eyes closed. Once you arrived in your seated position, bring your hands together at the forehead. Today, as you go forward, may you have kindness in your thoughts. Together at the mouth, may you speak your truth. And together at the heart, may you have kindness within. Namaste.